All right, so for today's deep dive, we're unpacking the Datavideo BB-1 Kit.
Now, for anyone in live production, the dream is always, true geographic freedom,
Hmm.
being able to control gear that's miles away as if you were right there. But the reality is usually, well, it's wrestling with firewalls and angry IT departments.
Exactly. And that's our mission today, really, to understand the breakthrough here. We're going to pull apart the core pieces, the connectivity, the security, and the streaming quality that make a remote device feel local.
Yeah.
The promise is huge. Zero configuration access to almost any IP device over the public internet, completely transparently.
Okay, that completely transparent claim is where I always get interested because, historically this meant a dedicated VPN, a lot of latency, a lot of setup. So is this just another fancy VPN, or what's the actual trick here that makes it so firewall friendly?
Well, it's really the DvCloud platform that's doing all the heavy lifting. It's
Right.
it's not a traditional VPN. It's more of a cloud-based relay
A
system.
relay, okay. Right. It establishes these secure, encrypted tunnels outbound from both the local and the remote units.
Hmm.
So by just pairing them in a web interface, you bypass all that usual network complexity.
So no more manual IP configurations or begging for a static IP.
None of that. It just works. And that's the real insight here. Simplifying the IT overhead is the breakthrough for production teams.
And I imagine that simplicity opens up a ton of versatility. The source material mentions controlling Datavideo's own gear, of course, PTZ cameras, switchers, but also other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Third-party IP devices, too. We're talking workstations, encoders, decoders, even teleprompters.
Yeah.
Essentially, if it has an IP address, this kit can probably bring it home for you.
Wow.
And this capability scales, which is really important for professional setups. A single pair of BB1s lets you control up to 5 IP devices at each location.
5 on each end.
5 on each end. But what's clever is you just add another BB1 unit and you get access to 5 more devices. You can scale that all the way up to 25 remote devices in total.
Okay, but when you start talking about controlling 25 critical devices over the public internet, my mind immediately goes to security. How safe is this connection, really?
It has to be rock solid, and it is. The connectivity uses what the sources call unbreakable 256-bit encryption for all the data going back and forth.
So not just the video, but the control signals, too.
Every single packet. And what's also critical is the flexibility. You can give it remote access to devices on your existing corporate network, or, and this is great for high security stuff, you could have the BB1 create its own totally isolated network segment.
An air gap, effectively.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it's secure, it's scalable. But for me, this is where it gets really interesting for anyone in live production. Streaming reliability. Why is the system better than, say, RTMP, which we've all been using for a decade?
It all comes down to the protocol they're using, SRT or Secure Reliable Transport. See, RTMP is based on TCP, which gets bogged down in unstable networks. It stops and waits for every lost packet.
Which causes that buffering and lag we all hate.
Right. SRT, on the other hand, uses an optimized version of UDP with this intelligent packet recovery system. It's called ARQ. It means it can solve data errors way, way faster and more efficiently.
So for the director or the camera operator, what does that actually mean in practical terms?
It means reliable, high-quality streaming with lower latency. It means less buffering, less jitter, and pretty much no pixelation. That's just mandatory for any precise live workflow.
Right.
Now, that speed and simplicity does have an architectural cost. While the kit itself is about $480, you do need that DvCloud subscription to keep the tunnel open and get all the benefits of SRT.
A necessary cost, I suppose, for running a global control room without an army of network engineers.
That's the perfect way to put it.
So to summarize it all, the BB-1 really simplifies professional remote device control. It offers transparent, secure, and crucially high-quality connectivity, all powered by that zero-config DvCloud architecture and the resilience of SRT.
Yep, and that leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to chew on.
Let's hear it.
If this technology enables full encrypted low-latency control of complex video gear over the public internet, what other critical non-video industries that currently rely on expensive private lines, I'm thinking industrial automation, maybe remote medical diagnostics, what could they do with this same simplified, secure, cloud-related architecture?